After my funeral, 4 men went insane for me. I was reincarnated into this world with a mission, to win over one of the 4 men assigned to me by the system. If I succeeded, I would get my life back, the one I lost in a car crash. But guess what? I failed, utterly. Every single one of them fell in love with the same damned woman. They turned on me, cursed me, and told me to die. In the end, I really did die. Mission failed. Only then, when they saw my cold body, did they finally break down. Host, mission failure. The 25-year time limit has expired. You are no longer qualified to continue the mission. The system's cold voice pulled me back to reality. I was standing outside a church, listening to that damned system notification. Inside, Parker Sheffield and Jessica Landry were kissing at the altar. He was the richest man in City A, and the last man I needed to win over. Another epic failure. When I was first reborn, the system offered me a deal. Make any of these 4 men fall in love with me within 25 years, and I could live again. But 25 years had passed, and I had nothing. It seems I wasn't meant to live at all, was I? I turned and left, eventually walking onto the busiest overpass in the city. The system said my time was up. I had to end it myself, permanently. As I stared down at the speeding cars, my mind was filled with memories of those men, their cold words, their contempt. And it was all because of the woman they were obsessed with, Jessica Landry. The system tried to console me. It's not your fault. She is the chosen one. They are instinctively drawn to her. I looked up at the blue sky and thought, is that it? Am I destined to fail just because I'm a side character? To hell with it. I didn't want to think anymore. I closed my eyes and stepped into the traffic. A harsh screech of brakes, followed by an angry roar. Haley, are you insane? If you want to die, don't do it out here. I opened my eyes and saw my brother, Caleb Wright, dragging me toward his car. He was also one of the 4 men the system picked for me. The system had said if I could max out his brotherly affection to 100%, it would also count as a win. But then, Jessica Landry got her claws into him. She told Caleb I had hired someone to rape her. Caleb believed her without hesitation. From then on, he despised me. Caleb drove me to the river, dragged me out of the car, and slapped me hard across the face. If you really want to die, do it where no one will be responsible for you. I picked a great spot, now jump. My head was spinning from the slap. I had pretended to be suicidal in front of him before, just to get his attention, to make him listen to my explanation. But he only had eyes for Jessica. Now, he just thought I was pulling the same old trick. Caleb, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at Jessica's wedding? Are you here because of me? I looked up at him, my voice full of bitterness. Wasn't he at the church? Was he worried, so he followed me? I still held a sliver of hope for this brother. He sneered. Don't flatter yourself. I was picking up a bridesmaid's dress for Jessica when I ran into you, you lunatic. And Haley, I'm not falling for your act again. My last hope shattered. I should have known. My brother was hopelessly in love with Jessica. Even though she was marrying someone else, he was willing to be her errand boy, even running chores for her wedding. What an incurable simp. I said nothing and turned, starting to walk into the river. Maybe Caleb thought I was just acting. He stood on the bank, mocking me. Hurry up, you're so slow. If you're going to die, do it quickly. I have to get back to the wedding. I quickened my pace, letting the river water soak my clothes, numb my skin, and fill my mouth and nose. This is it. I can finally be free. But suddenly a powerful force yanked me backward out of the water. Smack! Caleb slapped me again. Haley, did you really think you could die in front of me? Mom gave you that life. You have no right to throw it away. Mom was the only person in this world who cared about me. I couldn't hurt her, but I had to leave. Caleb's interference forced me to retreat temporarily. I made up a lame excuse and went home. His words echoed in my ears. So what if Parker Sheffield is married? If you really loved him, you'd let him be free. That's true love. I didn't love him at all. I just wanted to go home. I bought a strong rope and went to an abandoned park. I had to do this where Mom wouldn't find out. I couldn't upset her again. I tied the rope to a tree, preparing to hang myself. Looking at the noose, I couldn't help but smile bitterly. 25 years in this damned world felt like a lifetime. When I first arrived, Caleb hated me. He thought I stole our parents' love. Winning him over was hard, but I believed that with enough love, he would eventually accept me. I skipped meals to save money for his game console. When he got into trouble, I took the blame. When he was sick, I ran through a storm to get him medicine. I spent my entire summer's wages to buy him those $300 sneakers he wanted. Slowly, his affection level for me began to rise. I almost thought I was going to succeed, but Jessica Landry appeared, and she stole everything I had worked so hard for. Forget it. Those years were just a dream. I stood on a rock, put the noose around my head, and jumped. Suffocation hit me instantly. My body struggled instinctively, but I tried hard to stay quiet. I didn't want to be found. Oh, right. I left a note so no one would be scared. Don't be afraid. I've become a star. My consciousness began to fade. As I was dying, memories of this world flashed before my eyes. No matter how hard I tried, Jessica Landry always took everything. Everyone loved her, not me. Just as I thought it was all over, someone lifted my body. I gasped, greedily sucking in air. Haley, what the fuck are you doing? It was Dr. Samuel Bradford, my former psychologist, 8 years my senior, another one of my targets. When I was diagnosed with depression, he was the one who treated me. The system told me I could win him over too. So I spent a lot of time earning his affection. We had meals together, visited art galleries, and even went to an amusement park. He introduced me to his beloved grandmother. He told me I was the first girl he'd ever brought home. His affection level for me rose quickly. I thought I was finally going to win. But Jessica Landry appeared again. She cried to Samuel, Dr. Bradford, Haley hired someone to rape me. I can't sleep. I keep having nightmares. And what did Samuel do? He held her in his arms right in front of me. Don't be afraid, I'm here. That day, Samuel glared at me with burning anger and told me to get out. He said my depression was fake, just an act to get his sympathy. He called me disgusting. Just like that, another mission failed. How ironic. 2 suicide attempts in one day, and I run into my targets both times. What were the chances? Aren't you supposed to be at Jessica's wedding? My voice was flat, my eyes empty. Samuel was handsome, with a gentle voice and a kind touch. He had pulled me out of the darkness only to push me right back in. I wasn't in the mood. Can't I go for a walk? He frowned, looking frustrated. He loved Jessica, didn't he? He even gave up a chance to study abroad for her. He must be heartbroken about the wedding. And you? Trying to die again? Or just trying to get my attention? Can you stop faking depression? condition? Try a different trick. His words didn't sting as much anymore. I was used to it. He always said I was faking it, but I was really sick. Couldn't he see? When you can't get love, everything you do is just an excuse for them to blame you. I didn't answer. I stood up and walked away, already thinking about the next way to die. Maybe it was the complete despair on my face or the deadness in my eyes, but Samuel finally realized I was serious this time. He grabbed my arm and dragged me back to his place. He called Caleb to come and get me. When Caleb arrived, he brought Jessica Landry and Parker Sheffield with him. Jessica hid behind Parker, looking terrified. Parker glared at me, his voice full of contempt. Haley, do you have to get sympathy this way? Today is my wedding with Jessica. Do you have to ruin it? Haven't you caused enough trouble? They all thought I was a scheming bitch, bent on hurting Jessica. I looked at them, my face numb, even disgusted. What if I told you Jessica was the one who hurt me? That she hired someone to rape me? Jessica's face went pale. The men exchanged confused glances. No! Haley, why are you slandering me? You're the one who ruined me. Jessica burst into tears, playing her helpless victim role again. It was her signature move. Enough, Haley, Caleb roared, his face twisted. You're making up stories again. Apologize to Jessica right now. Samuel chimed in coldly. Haley, I suggest you apologize to Jessica. Parker didn't even bother to look at me. He was busy comforting Jessica. Jessica really did have plot armor. Whatever she said, they believed. Her word was truth, mine was a lie. She was always innocent, and I was always malicious. Looking at the unconcealed hatred on their faces, I realized how pathetic I was, desperately twisting myself to save a life not worth living. I was tired. Death was the only escape. I pushed past them to leave, but they blocked my way. If you leave, you'll just find another way to hurt Jessica. Caleb sneered. You're not going anywhere. Samuel and I will take turns watching you. You won't hurt Jessica again. So Caleb and Samuel began watching me in shifts. Parker and Jessica went back to their wedding. I stayed at Samuel's house all night. They brought me food, but I refused to eat or drink. I would starve myself. I sat on the sofa, staring blankly out the window. Finally, Samuel sensed something was wrong. He grabbed my hand, forcing me to look at him. Haley, look at me. Do you still know who I am? I just stared at him, silent. Caleb's face paled. What's wrong with her? She's shut down. She wants to kill herself. Samuel frowned, a flicker of pity in his eyes. This time Haley might really be sick. The next day, I was dragged to the hospital for a series of tests. The result, severe depression. I had been depressed for a long time, but I was good at hiding it with a smile. Samuel knew this, but ever since Jessica framed me, he was convinced I was faking. I lay in the hospital bed, not having eaten for 8 hours. Caleb tried to force feed me soup and water, but I threw it all up. Haley, how long do you think you can last? He roared, slamming the door on his way out. After he left, Samuel came in, acting all gentle and caring like when we first met, but I wasn't having it. He finally broke down, smashed a cup on the floor and grabbed my face. Don't think you can scare us with this, Haley. No one will care if you die. I grabbed his hand, my eyes pleading. Then let me die. I want to get away from you. What did you say? Parker was standing in the doorway. He stormed in. Haley, don't think you can threaten us with suicide. He dragged me out of bed and over to the window. I want to see if you dare. Jump! Jump! They were all convinced I wouldn't dare to die, that I was too scared. But right now, death was my greatest wish. I pushed him away and climbed onto the windowsill. Just as I was about to jump, he yanked me back. Samuel rushed over and punched Parker in the face. She's really sick. Stop provoking her. Parker's eyes